Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking to our distinguished guest today about perinatal health and the stigma around it, and how to diagnose and how to take care. Now, sir, you have been involved in this. This is your baby, though you are an obstetrician, but this is your baby, PMHC, and you have been trying to raise awareness within the community. You met some people back in Watford in July, and you had a house full there, I understand. What do you talk about, and how was the response of the community leaders?
Oh, it was an excellent experience, and to me it was an excellent learning experience because I invited mothers. Some of them spoke about their illness for the first time.
Right.
And what they said, they found it therapeutic to them, and they found
Just
it very
talking.
useful. Yes, absolutely, talking in
And
front
sharing
of others,
the, yeah.
sharing their experience, and that has motivated others to come forward and work. As an obstetrician, especially working in this area, I personally feel the society has a huge role to play in it, because sometimes the stigma and the shame attached to it, it is becoming the judgmental view for the part of the society. And that is why the engagement of the community is so important. And that is one of the reasons I wanted to invite. And people from all walks of life came forward, talked about their experience, their nurses, midwives shared their experiences, lay members of the other members of the public came forward. And I had support from all walks of life, like politicians, academics, and everyone came forward. So it is very important, and that is why we all have to work together to increase awareness. And we talked about why it is important, how you recognize the symptoms, and also we launched our team of midwife who will be providing this care, not only in mental health, but sometimes there are associated factors with it. For example, someone is going through domestic violence, for example, or sometimes patients who have suffering going through mental health problem, they recourse to different drug and alcohol misuse as well. So how you support them in a non-judgmental way and more supportive, so that they can come forward and talk about that. So it is a holistic sort of approach is very important, and that is why it's not shame to talk about this. It's
Right.
actually it needs courage. So if you're talking about this, that means you have the strength and courage to talk about it. So
Well, is there a national framework available, or you are trying to create one to take care of this? I know awareness is there. People want to talk about it.
Well, there are different ways, as I mentioned earlier on, there are different ways of raising awareness. This is possibly one of the way I feel how to engage the whole society
Right.
is very important, because in my experience I have seen that most of the time when we go to the meetings, conferences, there is a group of people, I see the same faces, but how we spread the message to other society, because anyone can be pregnant, anyone, your friends, family members, your colleague might be pregnant, so we should
Right.
respect that one. That she is pregnant, her both physical and mental health is equally important. And if someone is talking about it, we should encourage, not being dismissive or ignore that.
You wanted to talk about healthcare personnel, and you think we have enough people available? You want to train them in this particular area?
It is for some. It is important. Training is important for all healthcare professional who is looking after, responsible to look after the mothers and their families. So some basic information is needed for everyone. But I think yes, we talk about funding and everything, but we sometimes forget about the priceless human values. For
True,
example,
true.
just a smile can make a huge
The
difference.
value of touch.
Absolutely, and also just creating an atmosphere to listen to them. Is so important. If someone is, and showing empathy, listening to them, and encourage them to talk, can make a huge difference. And if you look at the data or the advice, if someone, for example, if feeling extremely low, thoughts of self-harm, kind and compassion can make a huge difference to the state of affairs. Probably there is nowhere else to go and find out support and help. And that is why this is my request and probably a message to all my trainees. I always keep on telling them, and all my colleagues, I'm sure they do,
Right.
but also we should always remember the simple, kind and compassionate approach to our mothers, and we should always put them first and foremost, whatever we do as a healthcare professional.
There was a case, I don't remember the details, but I did read part of your letter that you wrote to The Guardian. What was about that?
There was a sad incidence of a death of a mother at Bristol. She committed suicide with a newborn baby. And when I looked at the inquest, to some extent I was not surprised, because the failing started actually within the pregnancy. She has a significant mental health problem. She stopped her medication. That is why I keep on saying that we have to keep an eye on every single mother, information, awareness as a healthcare professional, how we create the atmosphere to support them right from the pregnancy, and if possible, actually even before pregnancy. So that is why, and that sort of shows that why mental health care is important within the maternity services,
Right.
and we should be a universal, robust
Right.
pathway across the country.
You mentioned an expression, single mother. What you mean is all the mothers or just single mothers? Or single mothers are more prone to such
Well,
mental health?
all the mothers are prone to develop any mental health condition, pregnancy or after childbirth, because in over 50% cases there is no known mental health problems in the past. Yes, if you do not have proper support during pregnancy or after childbirth from the family and members, it's not only about single mothers or who have family, but anyone who doesn't have a proper support is slightly at higher risk. That is why, as a society and community, we should do whatever we can to provide support, and probably that there is a role of peer support, because
Right.
peer support is run by the mothers who have gone through the similar experience, so they can share their experience and they can find themselves with the similar experience. And that is why there are a lot of peer support in the social media. If you're up to social media, in Twitter, Facebook, there are a lot of peer support groups, national peer support group, which they can get help and support. So you need someone to talk to and listen to your concerns. So there are a lot of peer support, and I'm so proud to be sometimes supporting and working with them and know them very well. So it is a real experience for me to know them so closely and see their work.
To the seminar that you organized at Watford on Friday, 15th of July, what sort of national response did you get? That was a local meeting, yes, I see.
Absolutely. I was. I felt so humbled to get support not only from in the social media. There are, yes, as you rightly said, it's a community program, so not many people from outside could come. But yes, we had someone traveled quite far away to talk about her experience. So I'm very proud of that. And we had excellent support, not only from within the country, from all across the world. We had support through emails, because this is something quite innovative, and it can be done very easily. Without any, even if you do not have funding, but you can get some experts, some people, or create on your own. It can be done anywhere. So that is why I personally feel that it is very important, and I felt extremely proud to have support from everyone. Although it was mainly supported by our trust, our West Hertfordshire NHS Trust, also from our local CCG, but we had excellent support and response from everyone. Even in spite of the fact that it was done in the Friday evening, but we had an excellent turnover and response. So it was an excellent experience. Also, it was an excellent learning experience for me.
Right. You are organizing a discussion on the subject of the House of Commons in December. Tell us something about that.
Oh, yes, it is. I haven't. This is probably my opportunity to make a sort of announcement. Yes,
this is the breaking news.
Thank you. Yes, I now have an opportunity to organize an event at the House of Commons, where
it's on Friday, 9th of December.
and it is an excellent opportunity to spread the message to the wider community. So yes, I'm extremely looking forward to it, and it will be attended by all members of the society, and I'm very keen to engage. Probably this is a beginning of a journey where we will be working together and involving all members of the team, not only those who are already working on perinatal mental health.
At this point, Dr. Raja Gangopadhyay, I would like to invite you to address our viewers, and a lot of them amongst them are doctors, a lot of them are mothers, and hopefully some are pregnant mothers. So what will be your advice to them? That's your camera.
I think the most important thing is that you should not suffer in silence. There is absolutely no, you should not feel ashamed. It is not a sign of your weakness or lack of confidence or anything. You should feel free to talk about this. And if you're not getting enough help, you should speak out and ask your healthcare professionals that you are not improving. And another key message is that if you have any thoughts of harming yourself or harming the baby, you should not ignore this symptom. You should seek help as soon as possible. And it can be through, if you know your local mental health crisis team's contact, you should contact them as soon as possible. Or if you should attend the nearest accident or emergency. And there is a toll-free number in the charity Samaritan. So you should not ignore these symptoms. And also it is very important that with early diagnosis, early treatment, full recovery is possible irrespective of the mental health condition. So therefore, and also it is very important to remember that it is not only about you suffering, it can have a wider impact how you have bonding and attachment with the baby, because now it is thought that that can be an important factor for child's development. It can affect the partner or anyone in the supportive role throughout your pregnancy and childbirth. So therefore it has an impact not only your quality of life, your health or professional aspect, but it can also affect the pregnancy, baby, and your family. Your partner can be also not well. So it is very important to spend some time together as a family, or also you should allow some time to recover completely for the changes of the pregnancy and childbirth. So it has got a wider impact than it is usually thought outside the pregnancy. So it can also lead to challenges of the parenthood as well. So therefore, if you are going through this this emotional or psychological not feeling very well, you should seek help as soon as possible, and there should be no shame or stigma. And my message to the wider society and healthcare professionals that we should create an atmosphere so that anyone, any mother can talk to us, and we should create and support and help. Even if it is not immediately available, we should make an effort to seek help, even if it is not there in your locality. And I've always believed that yes, when there is a will, there is definitely a way.
Well, where there is a will, there is always a doctor somewhere.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us all the time and opportunity.
Thank you very much indeed.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much for being with us. We hope that you have enjoyed the show as much as we have. And as they say, a healthy mind in a healthy body. If you don't have a healthy body, you can't have a healthy mind. See? So whether somebody is pregnant, whether somebody is not pregnant, and particularly fathers are not. So take care of yourself, take care of your family, and we'll see you again next week with another distinguished guest, same time, same channel. Bye for now.